And we are back with more Top Gun. Hey guys, it's me, Andrew. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know me. Been on plenty of streams by now. Hanging out with you guys, watching some X-Wing action. How are you guys doing today? How is everyone's Friday going? It is the weekend, my dudes. Well, at least it will be, anyways. You guys were enjoying hanging out with me. Thanks, it was fun. Had some fun playing some FTL. Oops, forgot to change my color. Cool. There we go. Had some fun playing some FTL, but now we've got another Top Gun match. Naz Drek, thank you for the follow, my guy. Welcome to the Jawa cast. We've got another First Order matchup of the day, where we see Major Von Reg and a First Order Profiteer, both rocking Daredevil, going up against a more ordnance-heavy list. So we have got, let's see, we're facing off against Backdraft and an Omega Squadron Expert, both pilots rocking the same upgrades with Fanatical Concussion Missiles, Special Forces Gunner, and Fire Control Systems. Yeah, those maneuver cards are cool. I don't think I've seen them before. Or you place them directly on the ship. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yet again, I have forgotten to make a betting system. But who do you guys have for this match? Who do you think's gonna win? We've got Diego and Spec, both pilots sitting at 2-1 right now. Very, very respectable record. Who do you guys think is gonna do it? Personally, I think that as good as these Barons are, having to avoid missiles, double arcs, etc. is going to be pretty hard for them. So we'll see. We'll see what Diego can do. See these pilots being placed now. My bet is on side blue. After the bowling we did to Spec in this tournament, kind of had to. After the bowling we did to get Spec in this tournament, excuse me, kind of have to root for him. Yeah, seems good. I think Spec does have a bit of an advantage, like I said, just because he's got all of these arcs. And not all of these. I mean, he's got 2, but these things are double firing arcs. They've got concussion missiles. They've got the beef on their side. So they're less reliant on those green dice. And Fanatical will help them get some better offense without sacrificing defense. So we'll see. I think that's good. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our time together today. I've been having fun hanging out with you guys, streaming. Looks like I don't know what the hang up is here. I don't know what we're waiting on. Should be good to go though. I like this turn 0 rock placement. I think they've got 3-ish very good lanes they can go down. We've got one directly in front of specs, 2 SFs, and then you've got 2 sort of diagonal, more of a figure 8, or not a figure 8 I should say, but more of a oval lane right here. That nice circular lane where you've got plenty of room to fly around that rock. Yeah, I think the big thing that Dig will have to do in this matchup is not force any shots. He's going to want to take shots when he can get them. And he doesn't want to let spec dictate when he's shooting. Just because you really want to make sure that you're not taking those free shots from those SFs. They can really hurt you on your 3 agility ship if you're not careful and you're not rolling well. So what kind of upgrades do you guys want to see in these new squad packs? We were talking about them a little bit in our first game of the day. But what kind of upgrades other than pilots do you guys want to see? Personally, I would love to see some kind of title or config for the B-Wing that gives it a crew slot like it did in Rebels. Maybe a gunner slot, alternatively. Because, the prototype B-Wing in Rebs did have that... Here we go, game started. Did have that crew/gunner seat at the bottom. I would love to see the B-Wing get that again, because it did have that in 1.0 as well. I think it was like the E2 mod or something like that. Can't remember what they called it. But I'd love to see it get that kind of mod. Be kind of cool. Backdraft, going to do a 1 bank following up the Omega Squadron Expert. Both of them doing 1 banks, focusing, saying, "Come at me, Diego. Where are you going?" Oh, interesting. Since they started adding the keywords like Y-Wing in the PDFs, I wonder if we see some specific mods or talents along the lines of Pi for some other Rebel ships. Yeah, I think for sure. So the RZ-1 canonically, depends on where you look. There's not actually a clear answer. Some sources say it does. Some sources say it didn't have the rotating guns like the RZ-2. I would think it would be very awesome to see the RZ-1 get like a weaker form of that turret. Maybe it's only range 1 to 2 or something. Or maybe it's like... Maybe you have to roll a die to successfully rotate it. Because that was one thing that the sources also say, is that it was very finicky. And often got stuck. So I think it'd be pretty cool to see that come back in some way. Or see that enter the fray some way. But... yeah, I think that'd be really cool to get some more specific talents for Y-Wings, for RZ-1s, for B-Wings, etc. For interceptors. Giving the TIE Defender had talents, or had, the TIE Defender, what do you call it, in 1.0 had configs as well. So I'd be interested to see if we see configs for the Defender. Maybe removes, like, a shield and makes it cheaper or something. Or removes the full throttle ability, replaces it with something else. Denfro saying, "All I know is the Star Wars Action Fleet A-Wing toy on my shelf from 1995. Has spinny guns." There you go. I'll tell you this. The Lego Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series RZ-1 A-Wing Interceptor also features spinny guns. Although the instruction manual / like info book about it does specifically say, the designer of the set does say, like, I'm not sure if they had these. Some sources said yes, some sources say no, but I put them on there for fun. So, who knows? But yeah, I think a turret on those was not unlikely. I know I'm excited for an I-6 B-Wing just because it's an I-6 B-Wing. Slap afterburners on there and you've got a very spooky ship. Hard 2 coming out of yellow. It wants blood. Spec is saying, come at me, Diego. Where are you going? I'm ready for violence. I'm going to ignore Von Reg. Just go after you for now. Henry says supposedly it was something you had to mod yourself. Okay, sure. Why not? I mean, the A-Wing, like, in New Canon is, like, the entire thing about the ship has been, it wasn't mass-produced. It was very much like they had the plans and they just sent them to whoever had the production capacity. So, like, there's A-Wings that had, like, wood paneling and stuff like that. Like, you know, really, really weird innards where it was just kind of like, we just had whatever materials we could put together. Rebels were definitely working with whatever they had. Taking the deplete. I'm going to do a barrel roll. Ooh, look at the new proxy barrel roll. How about that? That's a new feature. What do you do after that? Do you just evade? Do you boost? You probably just focus, right? You're behind a rock. Just focus. He's going to choose the Daredevil boost. Spicy. Bad thing for him is I think he may have just gotten out of obstruction. I think yellow is no longer has an obstructed shot. I wonder if you barrel roll here. Nope, you're going to target lock. Jamison going for the target lock. And both these things rock an FCS. I guess you want to get those early locks. Just going to Daredevil Von Reg there. That makes sense. Funny thing about this is, even though Von Reg is well behind Spec's list, Spec will easily be able to just rotate and shoot back. Here you go. 3 dice, just primary attack. No reason to use a conch. You've got that Special Forces gunning, you may as well use it. And you've got FCS. Reroll that eyeball into a hit. Hit, crit going through. And that will be a shield on the FOP. 1 shield down. Yep, now that is unobstructed. That is the funny, like I said, that's the funny thing about that Daredevil boost. Is I think he got out of obstruction. So here you go. Range 2, again. 3 dice, no mods this time. Just the 1. Could go through. It will. That is half points. That's going to put... it's going to put Spec on the board with 18? No, with 21. 22, rather. I'm sorry. 22 points on the board for Spec now. Getting that early lead thanks to some good reds and not so good greens on Diego's side. Yeah, 2 evades on 6 dice isn't great. It is what we saw in our first game, though, with the first 6 dice for Henry. 2 evades, a bunch of I's, and some blanks. A 3 straight for yellow. I wonder if we're going to see a target lock rotate action. I have to assume that's what we're going to see. Yeah, here's a target lock. Does he link it to the rotate? This is one of those passive sensors, was really good. He is going to rotate. Nope, that's spawning the ARG. That's not what he wanted to do. There it is. There's the rotate. Rotates it to the rear using the new fancy rotate. 2 for 6, I think, is a little below average. I think average on 6 is like 2.5, so that makes it, you know, impossible to get in with real dice, but... Was it 3 for 7? No, it was 2 for 7. Because Spec got... he got 3 hits from Backdraft, and then linked it, and then Diego avoided 2 of them. And he didn't avoid any damage on the second shot. Second shot was 2 blanks and an eyeball. 2 for 7 is definitely below average, though. I think. Could be wrong. Ooh, one straight. It's just going to bump with Backdraft, but I don't think that's the worst place to be. After you take the Strain to Barrel Roll and then Daredevil Boost, I think you're still taking a 3-dice shot from Backdraft. Here comes Von Reg. Expected there is 2.7. Is that on 6 or on 7? So is he expected 2.7 on 2.7 evades on 7 dice? Taking the Strain to take a lock. He's going for Backdraft. Oh, interesting. I don't think you have. Oh, he does have Arc. He's going to clip Backdraft. Backdraft is at range 3 through a cloud, so Backdraft is rolling 4. Never mind, they figured it out. Yep, they figured it out. There you go. 1 damage going through. Clicking the shield off. Checking for the Omega. Did we check for... I guess Backdraft had no shot, surprisingly. Just flip the dial, guys. Flip the dial. Typing noises, I know. It's because you messaged me. Just a reminder for everyone. There is the back shot out of 3. Yeah, Backdraft will not be able to 1 forward and lock next turn, which is huge for Von Reg. 2 out the back. 1 hit. And you could have got the auto evade if you had a blank, but no blanks, so gets it anyways. And here comes the... Yeah, going to Backdraft here, I think. Try to take out the bigger gun while you can. Another obstructed range 3, so 4 more dice. 2 crits. And 3 evades. Backdraft is fine. No. Backdraft wasn't shooting at the back. That was the Omega. That was the Omega doing it. Backdraft bumped. Backdraft didn't get to rotate. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Justin calls a hard left 3 on the OSE and Backdraft 4 forward. Yeah, I think that'd be good. 4 forward, focus, rotate. Just as a reminder to everyone watching, you can see all of our games that we play, or all the games we stream on YouTube. Nightbot, you with me? Nightbot, you with me, buddy? Is Nightbot alive? Well, I have bad news. Nightbot, looks like Nightbot is not active right now. Ripbot. Yeah. Everyone say goodbye to Nightbot. I don't know why we have killed it, but he is dead. Or she is dead. I don't know. It is dead? They are dead. That's what I go with. But, for those of you who do not know, all of our games, it was on our FTL ship. Yep. It was on the FTL ship. It died. That was the drone we got. The drone got killed by that. But as a reminder, that is where we post our games. If you want to watch them. Taking a deplete, gonna do a barrel roll, trying to gain range. I feel like you've got a boost there if you're Diego. Because that is pretty clearly concussion missile range. Backdraft doing a 5 straight. Here comes that focus rotate, I think. Yep. Seems good. Nightbot got scavenged. Yeah. Yeah, it got scavenged with the FTL ship. Here you go. Backdraft likely won't have a shot, I don't think. I'll be surprised if it clips Arc. Nope, we just rotated. That's the front, back. Yeah, there you go. No shot from Backdraft, but you are going to see the concussion missile onto the First Order Provocateur. This could be big for Spec. He's got the lock. He's got the focus. He's got a good chance here. That's where you got that lock. Yeah, I spend it. Don't fire control that one. Yeah, for sure, spend that one. Eh. 2 hits. Not bad. Hit crit. All blanks. That is not what you wanted to see there. Hit crit on the First Order Provocateur. It is gone. So once again, we're going to see a match in which Von Rey has to fly against the world. As of now, the score, with just about 15 minutes through the game, score is 43 for Spec, 0 for Diego. The only good news for Diego right now is, I don't think backdrafting will 1 forward. So I think you can go in pretty fast and try to get a good hit on them. Yep. Yeah, this could be your turn to really come in hard on backdraft. You're not going to be taking the concussion missile. You're not going to be taking backdraft's extra die. Taking a lock with the ability. Probably just going to take a strain because, why would you not? You're not getting shot. And then a focus. Oh, he just takes a lock. He doesn't use Von Reg's ability. He just takes the lock. That's kind of surprising. But here you go. 3 dice. With a lock. He's going to need that lock. 3 blanks right there. That's not good. Doesn't spend it. Chooses to save it for later. Okay. Yeah, I think that, I don't know, that to me was a perfect time to use that ship ability. And take a double mod, but... Hello, Nora. My cat coming to say hello. May hear some small meows out of the background. Getting a shush from the wife. Nora can be quite insistent at times. Alright. Huh. What do you do now? Well, there's Nightbot. Nightbot's alive, just very delayed, apparently. Thanks, Nightbot. Good work, buddy. Turning in with the Omega, taking the lock. Does he rotate the Omega's arc? Or do you leave the arc backwards? Probably you rotate it forwards. Yeah. Does rotate it. Backdraft is a straight. Trying to catch Von Reg if he goes out a little bit. See what he's doing. He is going to go out. I think you're getting clipped by backdraft there, so you've got to do some maneuvering here. Here comes a Daredevil boost. Okay, I mean, You've got Bullseye onto Backdraft, range 3. You've got the range 2 onto Yellow. He's going to take that instead. My Kingdom for a focus. Spends Lock. And pays off. And Natty evades out of Yellow. Spec says, I do not care about your 3-die attack. I've got 2 greens. I've got 3 shields. I do not care what you've got for me. Backdraft is going to have the range 3 back onto Vonreg. With no lock, though. No damage going through there. That's got what you needed that time. Nezdrake asking, do many of the Top Gun matches end 110-0? I don't believe so. That's something I can definitely look at and do some stats for later. I think average scores have been 110 to like 25 to 50. Most players seem to get one ship or half of a ship. And then, yeah, I think most players are getting either half or one whole ship. But I do think a lot of them, I don't think a lot of them are going to time, I think is the key out of that. I have seen very few go to time. The ones I have seen go to time are mostly in the first round. Vonreg's ability triggers. Gonna give the, is that a strain or a deplete? What is he doing? Gives the deplete to Backdraft, so he's probably gonna follow Backdraft. You had that 2, you could rotate the arc. I feel like that was a mistrigger there. Maybe you're supposed to rotate that arc, but... Yeah, there have been a couple that have gone to time. However, again, most of them are not going to time. Most of them not ending in blowouts, but definitely more in more tabling in Top Gun than in other formats. Backdraft chooses to hide behind that cloud and tell Vonreg to come on in. I'm not mistaken. That is not a... Yeah, that arc is not rotated backwards. This does seem like it could be a misplay on Spec's part, but we will see. Because you could have had that concussion missile, but now you've got nothing. Yeah, I know. We played the first match, Naz, and that was a close match. Our game was close. I'll tell you what, our game was a lot closer than my second game. My second game was not close. I think I got like half of a Red Squadron expert. Oof. Yeah, I guess you're right, Henry. I guess you could sloop next turn, but I just, again, I feel like this is the perfect time for that. Perfect time for the, what do you call it? Perfect time for the concussion missile. But it spends lock, can convert on 2 if he wants. Nope, gonna leave it at 1. 1 squiggle for Spec. Just does not care about these attacks. Shooting back 3-on-3 with Backdraft's ability. Backdraft, just the ability alone is so good. Very good SF pilot right there. We'll get only 1, though. So all you need is not triple blanks on Vonreg, and Vonreg will be fine. That is not triple blanks, that is 2 evades. Vonreg, I should say, is fine in this First Order training mission. Oh. It looks like Spec is going to rotate. I guess he thought it was facing the wrong way. Diego is going to let him do that. So, concussion missile, here we go. Fire control system. Hit it crit into Vonreg. Vonreg will take 1 shield. Rolling some squiggles. Yeah, brutal training, I know. Already killed a First Order Provocateur. I think, again, the good news for Diego is this turn, Backdraft has to hard turn. So you could probably do like a 2 straight. As long as it doesn't go over that cloud, you've got a good broadside into Backdraft. The question is whether or not it will go, the 2 straight will go over that cloud. You may want to do a 1 bank and then you can boost in. But you should be fine. I mean, 2 bank concussion missile is likely out of the OSE, but hopefully isn't huge. This song's a bop. I like this song. Music today is courtesy of royalty-free synthwave music on YouTube. Go check it out. Von Rig's ability will not trigger. No Bullseye Arc on this one. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Spec ends up on a rock. Will take a damage from a rock. And will not get to fire. That is pretty big right there. Could save Von Rig from that concussion. This could mean we see Von Rig go in hard onto Backdraft this turn. Backdraft is going to do the 2 turn. Takes an evade, rather. Get that guaranteed evade. A 4 straight out of Von Reg looks pretty darn good to me. Taking a strain and a focus can acquire the lock, have a focus, have a double modded range 1 shot. I mean, 4 dice into 2. You know you're getting 1 evade if you're spec. And that should be 3 hits right there. 4 hits, I'm sorry. 4 hits seems good. Spec will get 2 evades. Get 2 shields off of Backdraft. That does put he had an evade. He should have spent that evade. I don't know why. On the rock, can't shoot. I don't know why he didn't spend that evade. Looks like he's missed that. He's like, oh, can I spin it now, perhaps? Spends it, puts the card back. Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do it. Diego being an excellent opponent here, allowing Spec, who has not been playing X-Wing in quite a while. He's coming back into the game, first tournament in forever, letting Spec kind of miss some triggers, but still get the advantages. Very good sportsmanship, absolutely, Jared. I 100% agree. Great sportsmanship on Diego's part. But you see, Diego now on the board with 29 points. Yeah, class act. I 100% agree. Why didn't he spend the evade? I think he forgot he had it, Duck. They went back, they changed it. They went back and changed it, and he spent the evade. Diego is letting him do that. I think this was... again, I think Spec is maybe just... a little green still, at least a little green in the little green coming back into the game. You know, hasn't been in the game for a while, so he's coming back in just for getting some triggers. That's okay. Us Jawas always like to promote a very friendly tournament and very open tournament there. So another hard turn for Backdraft. Oh, there's no point to hard turn there. You go forward and you make him come to you. You're still in the lead. Yeah. Takes the evade on Backdraft. You've got Fanatical active at this point. You don't really need the focus. At this point, the evade is more just trying to keep yourself alive in case Von Reg goes hard, trying to take you out. you can always use the power of that evade to stay alive. That one straight barrel roll out of the OSC is not bad. Von Reg now has a choice. Does he take a deplete or strain to get double mods? Or does he reposition? Does he try to escape? You've got a concussion missile coming in and 3 dice from backdraft. I mean, the only option is to try to delete backdraft, but with the strain, or with the lock, that's not going to happen. Diego chooses to go back, to barrel roll backwards, trying to get some distance on Von Reg. Hopefully get him out of arc. Isn't going to work, but you may have the range 3 onto backdraft. Nope, range 2, hit crit. Spends 1 evade. We'll take a crit. You're really hoping for a weapons failure right here. We'll see what he gets. It is a structural damage. Not great. Wants it for defense? Yeah. I think the evade was the defense there. You've got Fanatical, so like, you know. You can take the evade, get that auto defense. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid choice. Well, 3 dice coming back at you from backdraft first. Gonna get hit eyeball. Does have Fanatical. Probably gonna... I wonder if he misses Fanatical again. Yeah, he missed Fanatical. Here comes the concussion missile out of yellow. He's out of conks. Has the lock. Gonna spend the lock. Converts to 2. Pretty solid hit. Von Reg will evade it. Not a bad turn for Diego. He's going to need to keep up this kind of turn, though, if he wants to win. I imagine if I am Spec, I'm going to do a pretty fast maneuver with backdraft. Try to get the distance. Try just to not let Von Reg zoom in and delete you before you get to shoot. Yeah, I know. Fanatical would have made a huge difference in that turn. Would have been 1 extra shield on Von Reg, but not quite half points because of that hull upgrade. Regardless, though, at this point, I think that Diego has been plenty kind with the missed triggers, per se. And isn't... I don't fault him for not knowing that one. Perhaps he also missed it. That's quite possible. Barrel roll. No mods. What is backdraft? Backdraft is doing the 5 straight. Takes another evade. Just trying to stay alive. Von Reg wants blood. He smells it. Yeah, that miss Fanatical hurts for sure, but it is what it is. I wonder if you take... Man. So there's 2 options I feel like you have if you're Von Reg right now. You could take a strain, do a barrel roll right, and then boost forward. Try just to totally just get side by side with that yellow Baron and take a shot into backdraft and try to kill him. Or you can just try to stay there and not die. But looks like he's going to do that. Oh, he's saying he forgot Von Reg's trigger, perhaps. Oh, Christopher Plummer passed away. That's too bad. I was just thinking about him the other day because he is... It's very funny to see... Range 2. It's very funny that, like, Christopher Plummer is, like... He's the one professor in, Is it Animal House? Is he in Animal House? I think he's in Animal House. Gonna spend the lock. He was getting greedy. Spends a focus. 2 will confirm. That does get rid of Backdraft. Question here is it going to be enough with that? Is that lone that lone Mega Squadron going to be enough? He's got plenty of health left. That does put Diego up by 14 points. One hit. Von Reg will take it. Shield down. Whoops, didn't mean to zoom in. Von Reg's ability does go off here. You can give a strain or deplete, choosing the... Looks like strain, deplete. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of someone right now, and I don't know who it is. Von Reg arc dodging like a maniac right now. He is mad. 3 hits into this first order. The Mega Squadron expert spends a focus. Will take 2. It is half. Yeah, I think Von Reg has the upper hand here. Spec's got to do some real work to get this to pull this one out at this point. Do you have bullseye there? I didn't see. Now, Von Reg's not going to run. Von Reg's got this. I think that may be a good block. You can maybe target lock that turn, but... Going with a defensive focus. Yeah, that would have been a good target lock turn. Yeah, arc dodging at close range, pretty easy for the Baron. We got just about 12 minutes left in this game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Von Rig give the Omega another deplete. Yeah, Von Rig's ability will go off. Going to give him 2 depletes. So you'll clear 1 with the blue, but still keep 1. Good move. I mean, what do you do here? Just focus? What can you do? Target lock? I mean, evade? Not a whole lot of options. You could barrel roll. But I don't know if that helps you. I would just evade here, I guess. 2 straight for Von Rig. Two straight was pretty ballsy. Keeping you close to that debris, but gets through it. Takes a deplete for the lock, then takes an evade. Back arc. Range 2 obstructed. 1 single die because of the deplete. Gets rid of the deplete though. Yeah, it doesn't happen. He's got the evade. He's not even going to roll. Makes sense. Why bother? Gets a crit. And we get an evade. What do you do here if you're, what do you do here if you're spec? Just a 1 bank. Yeah. That 1 bank right seems good. It's gonna sloop. Okay. Okay. I mean, that gets you some distance. Bold play. I do like the distance he got on it, though. Just to focus out of Von Rig? An evade. Okay. No shots. So as we wait for these players to plan, as I was looking up Christopher Plummer to see the news and be disappointed, did you know his grandfather was the 3rd Prime Minister of Canada? How about that? Also kind of gives you an idea of how old he was. Man was well into his 90s. No kidding. Huh. Grandfather was the mayor of a small town in Wyoming. Huh. How about that? We've got ourselves a face-off. I mean, the odds here are with Vonreg. He's got a lock. He can take a focus. I mean, that's 3 hits, even with the 1 evade guaranteed, will get you the win. But you've got to make sure that he doesn't get 2 squiggles, because if he gets 2, he will be shooting back. Range 2. Hit. Oh, we're going to spend the lock. Wants to keep that focus for defense. Maybe not. Thinking about it. Diego is thinking about it. No. 2 hits. And 2 squiggles. That's not what you want to see if you're Diego. Oh no. Hit. Hit. And that should be a 3rd hit with Fanatical. You've got 3, and Vonreg will get 3 paint. He shrugs it off. How about that? Well, we've got about 5 minutes left. Gives the strain to the Omega Squadron. Gonna do a 3 bank. Here comes a focus rotate if I've ever seen it. Nope, just a evade rotate. He did remember Fanatical this time. Yeah, the one thing is, so far Fanatical wouldn't have made much of a difference. It would have, well, it would have had Vonreg. Points wise, what would that be? 32. You'd still be down by 8 points. So not the best, not the worst, but you would still be down by 8 points. I don't know. If I'm Spec, I think that's not a huge mistake on his part. We'll see, though. 2 forward, lock, rotate, OSE, yeah. Does that 1 bank get you anywhere? 2 bank, clear stress. Probably just a focus. Going for the lock. He wants violence. You've got the lock, you've got FCS and Fanatical. Really a good combo on these SFs. So only be 2 damage to kill. That is true. Yeah, so far it hasn't mattered, though. That's the one thing. If Vonreg ends up at 1 health, then I will be pretty bummed for him. Takes to deplete the barrel roll, then takes a focus. Range 3 unobstructed. 2 on 4 with FCS and Fanatical. This should be a solid 2 hits. You're gonna need some blanks on Vonreg to get the damage to, though. Gonna FCS. You've got it available, may as well use it. And then Fanatical. 2 hits. And Vonreg's fine. Here's the bad news for Spec, is I think this turn there's not much you can do to get a shot and avoid Vonreg. Maybe a hard 1 to the left. So going in between that rock and debris could put you in a decent spot. They have hard ones, right? Oops, wrong one. They do with the red, I see. Oh. It's not a bad spot. Take an evade. Hopefully Vonreg doesn't come in that fast. Yep, he's going to just 1 hard. Probably going to boost. You've got the lock. Range 2. Range 2 with the lock. Hit it, crit. Or rather, eyeball hit crit. And he gets another eyeball. That's an evade. You're taking a crit on the OSE. Yeah, Diego probably should just run, but he doesn't want to. And you get the disabled power regulator. That means he's doing a 1 forward next turn. That's not good. Here comes that Ion. This is the game, I believe, now. Yeah, all Von Rick has to do is just straight barrel roll focus. I mean, should do the trick. And the one straight. Why does he get strained? He wasn't bullseyed, was he? That doesn't matter. And a focus for ya boy. Yeah, Von Rick here just needs to barrel roll, take a lock, and call it a day. Or you could just lock focus right there. Yeah, I was gonna say you could just lock focus. Yeah, it looks like he's doing that instead. Even better. Range 1. Unless this whiffs, you should be fine. That is not a whiff. That's a dead Omega Squadron. GG. Very good game. Very surprising game, I gotta say. This game changed... I think it changed hands quite a few times. I think this is a very back and forth game. Very fun to watch, though. Very good play from both players. Even with like a few missed triggers on both sides, it's still very good. Very good game from both. Very good flying from both Spec and Diego. GG to both players. Diego is one step closer to making the cut. Now at 3-1. Can still... Spec can still make it at 2-2. If he wins his next one, he can still get in. Just needs to be on the upper end of the 3-2s. So we'll see. Anyways, thanks for hanging out with me for a few hours today. Makes Fridays go much faster. There you go, man. Yeah, my Friday is pretty good so far. So F11. Yeah, they both already disconnected. Well, pretty good game. Your opponent hasn't answered yet. Who's your opponent, Ando? Let me look at stats really quick because I'm curious. It was a 1. It was a 2 for the blue player. It was a 4.5 for the red player. Yeah, pretty close. So not bad. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you come into the next one. T, I messaged Jack about it. All right, well, hopefully you get that answered. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next stream. Until then, have a good afternoon. Bye.